Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back. What an incredible game that was. Liverpool versus Leicester. And can I just say, all this week, all I've heard from opposing fans are Liverpool are going to crumble now, Liverpool are vulnerable, you've had your time to shine, and all your injuries have come along, and blah, 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 this, and all that sort of rubbish. And they genuinely thought it's going to come down to the Liverpool versus Leicester game that we're going to get knocked off our perch. But can I just say, we're now 64 games unbeaten at home in the Premier League. What an incredible stat. And we were missing crucial players this week. It wasn't your average first 11 players. We're missing Mo Salah, our goal scorer. We're missing Jordan Henderson, our captain. We're missing Virgil van Dijk, arguably, not even arguably, the best defender in the world at the moment. Well, apart from the fact that he's got an ACL. But we were missing crucial players today. And we walked onto that pitch, and it's an easy chance for the mentality to just be different, for us to feel that we're going out as an average team because we're missing our best players. But we came out on that pitch like the champions we are, and we showed Leicester that if you want to fight for this title, we're going to show you what fighting means. And genuinely, we did that today. Like, Anfield is the fortress. It's incredible. But it reminded me a lot of actually the game that when we went to play Leicester at the King Power Stadium, and everyone was saying that, oh yeah, that was like the decider, or that was going to be a crucial game in the title race, and we literally obliterated them 4-0 at the King Power. And it's the difference between men and boys to me. Literally, like, we're just so good. And my man of the match for today's game is quite easily, and I think most of you will agree with me, Diogo Jota. That guy is absolutely incredible. He's just too good. Like, imagine we've got Mane and Salah who are just so good, and then you've got Jota who's literally like a white version of Mane. Like, he's so good. Like, he's incredible. I don't think many players will come to a team like Liverpool and just sit into the squad and get into that first 11. Forget getting into the first 11. He's got, I think, 8 goals now since the start of the season at Liverpool. And most players can't walk into a team like that, especially coming from a team like Wolves. It's not like he's come from your Real Madrid or Barcelona or big teams. He's come to Liverpool from Wolves, and he's stepped into that first 11. And I think it's quite fortunate for him that we first had Sadio Mane with coronavirus, and then Salah with coronavirus, which has given him the chance to prove himself. But bloody hell, that guy is just so good. So the goals today, and the first goal literally had me cracking up. The irony that an ex-Man United player gifts it on a plate for Liverpool. I don't even know how he managed to do that. Like, how? But I'm not complaining. It put us 1-0 up for the early lead. Thank you very much. And the second goal was very pleasing to watch. What a cross by Robertson, and Diogo Jota piercing through their defence with a fantastic header, literally textbook. Like, if you want to know how to header, just watch that. Powerful header, bullet header, straight into the goal. Just perfect. 41st minute, there we are, 2-0 up. Then at half-time, I thought that Leicester were going to make a bit of a change to the game, and they're going to make it a lot more difficult for us. I thought at 2-0 up, we might sit back a little bit, considering the fact that, yeah, we've got our main players injured, we can't risk any more injuries. I thought we'd sit back and just take the 2-0 and just carry on. But this is what I love about this Liverpool squad. The mentality is the mentality of giants, like the mentality of champions. And we came out in that second half as if we were 1-0 down and that we had to win the game, and dominated Leicester. And before we go on to the third goal, I genuinely believe that someone's done some juju on Firmino, like he's cursed or I don't know what, because that guy, he could have got a hat-trick today. And he was trying, and he was doing so well. That one that hit the cross, that hit the left post, what a great turn. He managed to get through the defenders. Great shot. Well, it couldn't have been that great, it didn't go in. But, and then he's literally millimetres away from a goal. Like, I genuinely think he's cursed, until finally he scored a great header. Not the easiest header to finish. Another great header from Liverpool. And this is just another thing I love about us. I keep going on about mentality, and it's just the winning mentality. And it genuinely, it's the confidence, it's the family environment, it's the culture of the club that a lot of clubs don't have. Like, you've got, and I think, United are a great example of this. They've got players that are genuinely class players. Like you've got Pogba, who's proven at Juventus. You've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who is proven at Crystal Palace. And they come to Man United and they're struggling. But then you've got players like Jota who come to Liverpool and they go from good to incredible. And the difference is the culture in our club. We've got this family culture. A lot of people are making out this thing that Firmino and Jota have this sort of rivalry between each other for that number 9 position. But Firmino scored his goal and you can see the joy in the players' faces. Milner, I can't remember who else celebrated with him, but you can see the joy in their faces. And Jota was one of the first people to join Firmino in celebrating. And you could see how relieved he was for Firmino. And that is the culture, that is the mentality that we keep going on about. And you could see Klopp's relief. Like, you could see him laughing as well, because it was quite funny of the fact that finally Bobby's managed to get his goal. But I noticed in this game that Leicester focused most of their attacks down their left side, our right, to try pick out Milner. And he might be 300 years old, but Milner is a class act. He held it together, and I swear, the older this guy gets, the faster he gets. The older he gets, the fitter he gets. And the older he gets, the more experience he gets. And Milner, damn, like I genuinely thought he's going to struggle today, especially starting, and I thought he's going to come off before the 90th minute. I thought he'll come off around 60th, 70th minute and probably put Nico Williams or something there, but he held it together. Like him, alongside Fabinho, literally did not let Vardy do anything this game. And and also he picked up an assist today, and I'm telling you, Milner might be 300 years old, but if Pogba is worth 89 million, Milner is easily worth 150 mil. That guy, I think he brings a lot more with him than just his quality on the pitch. It's the expressions on his face when he's playing. Like, for example, like I was saying, how happy he was for Firmino to score his goal. He's like a father figure in there. You can see the relationship he's got with people like Robbo. You can see the positivity he brings to that changing room, and he's such a good guy to have around. And another player I think deserves a big shout out today is Nico Williams. So he came into the team, like he didn't do anything to say or per se incredible today, but for someone like him to walk into that Liverpool team against Leicester and fit in, which is what he did, he just about fit in. To do that for someone like him is such an achievement. Like, you've got to realise Liverpool are at the top of their game, and to step onto that pitch and not become the weak player on the pitch is hard. And I think like he's done a stellar job coming onto that pitch and fitting in, and that's an achievement in itself. I was expecting a lot more from Jamie Vardy today, but I genuinely, like, I'm not even joking, I forgot that he was on the pitch. And he's on my fantasy team, so usually I religiously follow the players on my fantasy team, but I genuinely forgot that Vardy was on that pitch. And an injury today, which is, I don't know, the salt on the pudding. I don't know if that's the saying, but Naby Keita came onto that pitch today, and the way we played today was massively in favour of the way Keita plays. And what we did, I think, from my analysis of the game, is we crowded that midfield. And usually Leicester get a lot of their goals by coming from the defence into the centre of the pitch, into that midfield, and dishing it out to Jamie Vardy. And they really struggled in the middle of that pitch today, because we had Firmino dropping a lot deeper than he usually does. We had Naby Keita like blocking it up in the middle, and we had Wijnaldum, who also played a fantastic game again today. But Keita is, you just can't mark the guy. Like, he makes an interception and within 2 seconds he's already jolted about 6-7 yards away, and he's looking up to make the pass, or he makes the pass. And he played so well today, and I was so happy for him until he went down with that hamstring injury. And it's jarring, it's so frustrating to see a player like him come back, play amazing, get injured, come back, play amazing, get injured. Like, when is he going to start climbing up that ladder and get to the top and become a first 11 player? And even if not a first 11 player, just a consistent player who's there. And there was this expression on Klopp's face that really worried me today when Keita went down. And what it suggested to me was, you can't rely on a player like Keita. Like, you can't do tactics you can't make tactics in a game around a player like Naby Keita if you don't know if he's going to survive the whole game. And it's a horrible thing to say and it's a horrible thing to think, but I don't know how many times Keita can get injured before the board or Klopp gets fed up and says, you know what, we're not a hospital service to sit here and look after you. But with my genuine heart, I hope it's nothing serious. And it would be so good if I can see Keita come back for the next Premier League game and just improve on today's performance. But we'll find out more about his injury as the news headlines come out. And the other thing I want to talk about is the title race. And now we're drawing first on points. Well, we're second place, but we're drawing points with Tottenham, who are in first place. And I think they've got a goal difference of 7 goals above us or something like that. And today was a big suggestion in the title race. I think Leicester fancy themselves for the title and they're going to go for it. And then you've got Chelsea and Tottenham, Liverpool, and arguably Man City, even though they're quite far down the table, but they are a quality team. And they are the sort of team that can just pick it up and decide to start winning game after game after game. And you'll see them climbing the ranks. But I think the teams that aren't so much a threat are teams like Spurs and Chelsea. And Chelsea have a fantastic squad this season, but they just don't have the depth that we have, or the quality that we have, or the quality that City have. And Tottenham, like, I know it's a common thing, yeah, Tottenham are bottle jobs, blah, blah, blah. But even then, like, Son's been so good for them this season and so has Kane, but I just don't see them keeping up performances like this for the rest of the season. But you look at Liverpool and you expect performances like this week in, week out. And the thing is, they will. Even like now, we've got injured players, like our top players are injured, and still we're pulling off incredible performances like today. So I know it's well early in the season. We've got like a good 20 games or something, or more even to go. But I really fancy us for the title this season. I think the contenders for the title will be Liverpool, Spurs and City. I don't think Leicester are going to keep it up, and this might be the beginning of their downfall, just like last season. Chelsea they're doing well at the moment, but I don't see them contending for the title at all. But I still really fancy us. But like I say, there's a long way to go, and we'll see how it goes. Anyways, how do you guys think we're going to do in terms of this title race? I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure you guys comment and give me a thumbs up as well. And also subscribe. And with that said, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Oh wait, wrong one. Goodbye.